3, 2, 1.
Hi, welcome back to English Solution channel. I'm Evan, and this is our new format of learning English on our channel. This is English Solution Podcast. On our first podcast, you're gonna listen to one short love story of fictitious characteristic, hoping that you might learn some important phrases and practice your listening skill. Other than that, I hope the story is interesting and entertaining you. Well, I've got story from the internet with the title A Painful Regret. But I don't know who wrote this and when exactly it is published. But as I tried to search from other sources, I think it was published around 2009, and I found it anonymous. Okay, so let's listen to the story. Make sure to be with me till end. Tenth grade. As I sat there in English class, I stared at the girl next to me. She was my so-called best friend. I stared at her long, silky hair, and wished she was mine. But she didn't notice me like that, and I knew it. After class, she walked up to me and asked me for the notes she had missed the day before. I handed them to her. She said thanks, and gave me a kiss on the cheek. I wanted to tell her, I want her to know that I don't want to be just friends. I love her, but I'm just too shy, and I don't know why. 11th grade. The phone rang. On the other end, it was her. She was in tears, mumbling on and on about how her love had broke her heart. She asked me to come over because she didn't want to be alone, so I did. As I sat next to her on the sofa, I stared at her soft eyes, wishing she was mine. After 2 hours, 1 Drew Barrymore movie, and 3 bags of chips, she decided to go to sleep. She looked at me, said thanks, and gave me a kiss on the cheek. I want to tell her, I want her to know that I don't want to be just friends. I love her, but I'm just too shy, and I don't know why. Senior year. The day before prom. She walked to my locker. She said, my date is sick. He's not going to go well. I didn't have a date, and in 7th grade, we made a promise that if neither of us had dates, we would go together just as best friends. So we did. Prom night, after everything was over, I was standing at her front doorstep. I stared at her as she smiled at me with her crystal eyes. I want her to be mine, but she didn't think of me like that, and I know it. Then she said, I had the best time. Thanks. And gave me a kiss on the cheek. I want to tell her, I want her to know that I don't want to be just friends. I love her, but I'm just too shy, and I don't know why. Graduation day. A day passed, then a week, then a month. Before I could blink, it was graduation day. I watched as her perfect body floated like an angel up on stage to get her diploma. I wanted her to be mine, but she didn't notice me like that, and I knew it. Before everyone went home, she came to me in her smock and hat, and cried as I hugged her. Then she lifted her head from my shoulder and said, You're my best friend, thanks, and gave me a kiss on the cheek. I want to tell her, I want her to know that I don't want to be just friends. I love her, but I'm just too shy, and I don't know why. A few years later. Now I sit in front of the aisle. That girl is getting married now. I watched her say I do and drive off to her new life, married to another man. I wanted her to be mine, but she didn't see me like that, and I knew it. But before she drove away, she came to me and said, You came, she said. Thanks, and kissed me on the cheek. I want to tell her, I want her to know that I don't want to be just friends. I love her, but I'm just too shy, and I don't know why. Funeral. Years passed. I looked down at the coffin of a girl who used to be my best friend. At the service, her mom read a diary she had wrote in her high school years. This is what it read. I stare at him, wishing he was mine. But he doesn't notice me like that, and I know it. I want to tell him. I want him to know that I don't want to be just a friend. I love him. But I'm just too shy, and I don't know why. I wish he would tell me that he loved me. I wish I did too. I thought to myself. And I cried. Wow. This is totally touching story. I got goosebumps when I read every sentence of the story. I could feel the man's painful regret, and it feels like I want to turn back their time. After listening to the story, I hope you might learn some important lessons from that which would be useful for your future life. So guys, life is too small. In this life, we experience so many good and bad feelings. We meet someone special, and we fall in love. Sometime in life, we make some small, as well as big mistake, that make us suffer in the rest of life. Actually, we feel too precious a thing was until or unless we lost it forever. Please, say it. Before you run out of time, say it. Before it's too late, say what you're feeling. Because waiting is a mistake. So, what do you think about the story? And have you ever experienced the same thing? Please share your thought, or what you feel on the comment. Well guys, do you have your own love stories that you are interested to share with us? If so, please contact us to send your story. If it is good enough, and is not offensive to anyone, we are promising to make it published on our next podcast. Thanks for joining me on English Solution Podcast. Make sure to visit our channel, where you can find various kinds of learning English videos. If you found value in this channel, I'd appreciate a subscription, so you'll never miss our video. See you again on English Solution. I'm Evan, signing off.